Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn, and today I'm crafting with the Hero Arts card kit of the month for October 2025, and my video is part of the Oh So Inspired Hop. This month, we are taking our inspiration from Carmen, who is Choose Joy with Carmen, I think on just about all the socials, so you'll find her here on YouTube and on Instagram. And I was browsing Carmen's Instagram profile, and her profile is like a masterclass on how to work with pattern paper. And in fact, like if you struggle with pattern paper, I would hit up her Instagram profile and just take a browse through it, because she uses pattern paper like a pro, and sometimes her cards feature three, four, five different pattern papers, and it never looks too busy or too hodgepodgey. Everything looks so cohesive and beautiful. So if you struggle with pattern paper, I would definitely check Carmen's profile out and just see, how she uses it, and her selections and why it works. Like if you study her profile, I think there's so much to learn there. But when I was scrolling, the cards that actually stood out to me are, she's got a few of them, and she calls it her fault line tutorial. So she even has a tutorial here on YouTube, and it shows how she creates this sort of like almost like a tunnel by tearing two sort of strips of paper. And in her case, her reveal, like in the center of those two torn strips, was pattern paper. But I'm actually going to use an embossed panel. This is a 3D embossing folder. It's got some lovely musical notes, which I thought would go really nicely with the disco ball. And actually, that embossed panel is from BB Cameron's new or kind of recent collection. It's all about musical instruments. So definitely fitting with the theme of my card today. And it was kind of hard to tear through my specialty cardstock. This is like treasured from the Treasured collection by Spellbinders, and it's the teal pearlescent is what I used on the torn pieces, and I think it's the teal mirror card is what I used on the disco ball. Now, if you want to see how the rest of the team has been inspired by Carmen, expand the description box below, and you're going to find a playlist where we've put all of our videos so that it's all conveniently in one place. And that way, when you want to watch them all, you can just hit up that playlist, and there's even an autoplay feature, so if you wanted, you could just watch one right after the other. But it's kind of nice that they're all in one place so that you know where you left off if you're not able to watch them all in a single setting. So so that's for you in the description box below, along with links to everything that I'm using on my card today. And the sentiment is it's kind of fun. It says in my merry era, kind of like in my disco era. So I thought that was a lot of fun. And my VersaFine Clear, this color is Warm Breeze. It's a perfect match with the teal pearlescent cardstock here. It's almost like 100% the exact same color. So I'm going to use the coordinating die that came with the kit, and I'm going to die cut that out, and then I can start to glue everything together. So one of the things that I really love about Carmen's card, and I had to go back and look at it because initially when I was doing my dry fit, I had torn my two strips of teal pearlescent cardstock against a ruler just to make sure it was nice and straight. And when I looked at Carmen's card, like something about my card wasn't looking right. And then I went back and I looked at Carmen's card, and I think I clued into what I like better about Carmen's. And that's why I went back and I tore my paper some more. Because on Carmen's cards, she's got the fault line going at an angle. And in fact, on one of the examples that she posted, it it's a little bit of a like a funnel where one end is more narrow and the other end is wider, and I love that because it kind of suggests more movement and feels a lot more dynamic, like it's really opening up, like that fault line is like, you know, a fault line in the earth and it's widening. So I really like how the effect that she created with that, just by adding some angles there. So that's why I went back and I tore my panels even more. I mean, it was really hard to tear through specialty cardstock in the first place, but it's because this has that white core to it, it has this really neat effect. And of course you need to, like, there's a method to tearing your paper so that you reveal the white core. So I accidentally put my adhesive on the wrong side because it makes it, I think it makes a huge difference to be able to see the white. And so I definitely want that side to be up. Thank goodness this foam tape that I'm using, which is the thick stuff. This is what I would use for shaker foams or shaker cards. It's probably like maybe 3.5 millimeters thick. And I'm using the thicker stuff instead of my low profile foam because I want that dimension because of just this effect of this being torn into. I like having that deeper shadow that you get with a thicker foam. And because it's so thick though, I have to use I kind of have to bring my sentiment up to that same level, and this would be really hard to get foam, like that same foam behind that sentiment. So I'm just using my 3D glue gel, and you can just stack lines of glue on top of each other until it's thick enough. And because this is such a thick gel, it's going to hold that dimension, and you can just add as much as you need, as thick of a line of glue as you need to bring it up to level. And so long as you don't squish it down too firmly, give it a few hours and it's pretty well dry, but I would still give it 24 hours before maybe putting it in the mail, and then it'll hold that dimension so that it's nice and level. Now, I'm really terrible at achieving a random look. Anytime I try to do anything random, it just never really looks that organic to me. But I've got this holographic star confetti from Trinity Stamps, and I thought, let me just try something different. I'll just sprinkle the confetti on. I've seen Delise, who is Stamper Girl here on YouTube, I've seen her do this, and so I thought I would give it a go, and it works. I really like how this looks. I never like my own quote random when I go for it intentionally, but just doing the sprinkling, I think is really, I think that might be the key for me. So I love how this turned out. Big thank you to Carmen for inspiring my card today, and I hope you hop along and check out how the rest of the team was inspired by Carmen this month. Thanks so much for popping by, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.